Ryan Megan Hoven, better known to the world as Tess Holliday, is a figure who has reshaped narratives around beauty, size, and self-worth. Her journey is tangled with hardship, resilience, creativity, controversy, and activism. Over the course of decades, she has navigated a modeling industry that often excludes people who don't conform to narrow ideals, while forging a platform for body positivity and inclusion. Below is a sweeping narrative, rich with context, nuance, and complexity, of her life, her work, and her legacy. She was born on July 5, 1985, in Laurel, Mississippi. As a child, she lived through instability. Her mother left her father when she was young, and her family moved many times. She says they moved around 40 times before she turned 10. In 1995, tragedy struck when her mother was shot twice in the head by her fiancé, an act that left her paralyzed. Around age 10, Tess and her brother went to live with grandparents while her mother recovered. Growing older, Tess found that she was frequently bullied, starting in 5th grade, for her weight, her pale skin, for having a disabled mother, and simply for existing in a space where she didn't fit expectations. In school, her father is said to have emotionally abused her regarding her size. Meanwhile, her mother became a steadfast source of support, encouraging her not to shrink, but to dream big. At age 17, her struggles with bullying and schooling led her to leave traditional high school and pursue a GED. Early on, Tess showed creative leanings. She had interests in makeup, styling, hair, and photography, and she would later channel these into roles in fashion shows and editorial work. When she was about 15, she auditioned in Atlanta in a casting for plus-size models, but was discouraged at the time. She was told that her height and size limited her prospects to catalog work. As she moved forward, she relocated to Seattle, working as a makeup artist, hairstylist, and creative director for fashion shows. After a period, she returned to Mississippi and became a mother to her first son at about age 20. Following Hurricane Katrina, she relocated again, eventually settling in Los Angeles in 2010, seeking new opportunities in fashion and media. In Los Angeles, she took a job working as a receptionist in a dental office while she pursued modeling on the side. Around 2011, she auditioned in a House of Dreams model search run by Torrid, a brand focusing on size-inclusive fashion, and was accepted. Around that time, she also caught attention through an A&E TV show called Heavy, appearing in promotional materials and billboards. By mid-2014, she made a bold decision. She quit her day job and committed to modeling full-time. Around that time, she participated in a viral video project called Every Body is Flawless, lip-syncing and dancing with fellow plus-size influencers to Beyoncé's Flawless. A turning point came in January 2015 when she was signed by Milk Model Management, London. Her signing made headlines. She was said to be the largest plus-size model ever signed by a mainstream agency, size 22 plus. That move reopened conversations in fashion about inclusion and challenged previously rigid boundaries of who could be represented. Over time, Tess's modeling work expanded. She did campaigns for plus-size and mainstream brands, magazine editorials, and collaborations. She appeared in Vogue Italia, Nylon, Marie Claire UK, and worked with renowned photographers and stylists. She also designed capsule collections with plus-size retailers like Pennington's under the MBL label. But her significance extends far beyond commercial modeling. Tess has become a powerful voice in body positivity and size activism. In 2013, she launched the hashtag #FYourBeautyStandards on Instagram, which evolved into a movement. Through social media and public speaking, she has addressed the policing of bodies, the marginalization of fat people, and the emotional toll of living in a society that privileges narrow ideals. She often reclaims words like fat to strip them of shame and to assert that size is not a moral failing. In her activism, she emphasizes that self-love is not passive complacency, but a radical act of resistance. She often speaks of how people are pressured to shrink themselves, not only physically, but psychologically, to fit into social norms, and how her life is proof that taking up space, visibly and unapologetically, matters. Her personal life has also been complex. She became a mother to her son Riley when she was about 20. In 2012, she met Nick Holliday, an Australian photographer-artist, via Tumblr. After exchanging messages over 7 months, Nick moved to the US in 2015, and the two got married, secretly, on July 5, 2015. In 2016, Tess announced she was pregnant again and later gave birth to a second son. The marriage eventually ended. Tess has described parts of it as abusive and has since divorced. In 2019, she publicly came out as pansexual, adding more complexity to her identity and visibility in multiple communities. In recent years, she has also disclosed struggles with mental health, body dysmorphia, and recovery from atypical anorexia, opening honest dialogues about how even advocates face fragility. Tess is also known for her body art and style statements. She is heavily tattooed. Some of her tattoos reference pop culture icons like Miss Piggy, Mae West, Marilyn Monroe, Dolly Parton, and Hello Kitty. She sometimes uses clothing, styling, and visual imagery as tools to confront viewers' expectations. Her presence in public discourse has drawn both admiration and criticism. Supporters applaud her courage, her push for representation, and the way she gives voice to people long marginalized in fashion and media. She is often cited among the most recognized plus-size or curvy models globally. Critics, however, raise concerns about health, messaging, and the complexities of promoting body positivity in a society grappling with obesity, public health, and systemic inequities. Online discourse includes debates about whether size inclusivity should emphasize acceptance or caution, whether celebrating larger bodies might reduce incentives towards health, or whether the burden of individual mental wellness shouldn't be placed solely on marginalized bodies. These debates are part of larger social and ideological conflicts. In 2025, at the Teen Vogue Summit, she delivered a keynote message that cut to the heart of her philosophy, that real self-love means showing up for oneself, whether in a bigger or smaller body. She pushed back against assumptions that weight loss is always a moral imperative, even in a cultural moment defined by weight loss drugs. That appearance underscored her continued commitment to speak truth amid shifting pressures in beauty culture. Tess also writes. Her books and essays are another vector for her voice. She has written The Not-So-Subtle Art of Being a Fat Girl, Loving the Skin You're In, among other pieces. Her writing invites readers to examine internalized shame, to question society's gaze, and to affirm individuality. Yet through fame, influence, and breakthroughs, she remains a woman with vulnerabilities. She has spoken out about how messages of fat phobia and shaming affect her mental health, how body judgment can be a daily burden, and how activism is difficult even for those who lead it. In interviews, she has wrestled with the contradictions of being celebrated for her body while also critiqued for it. She has mentioned how photos from the past can trigger negative spirals, how she has had to rebuild a relationship with her body, and how joy and pain can live side by side. The significance of Tess Holliday's life lies not only in her personal narrative, but in how she has shifted the landscape of who is seen and valued. She has helped push the fashion industry to re-evaluate what is normative. She has opened spaces for narratives long erased. She has offered to millions a map towards self-compassion, even in the midst of systemic constraints. There are contradictions in her story about health, fame, vulnerability, and power, but they are part of what makes her work human, messy, and necessary. Her legacy continues to unfold. Every time someone wears a bold outfit or posts a photo without editing, they echo the spirit she has embodied. Every campaign that includes larger bodies, every magazine cover that challenges thinness as default, every conversation that asks, who gets to look beautiful, owes something to the daring life Tess Holliday has lived. Her biography is not just about her, but about a movement, a shift, a reimagining of standards. And in that, she has staked a claim that all